How's it going, guys? Today, I just kind of wanted to talk about the topic of dark humor because a lot of people have tons and tons of misconceptions around the whole concept, and it honestly is starting to annoy me. As someone who is known to take part in the occasional dark humor joke or whatnot, it is pretty annoying that the whole phrase dark humor has been so beaten into the dirt to the point where it means almost nothing now. And if you actually say something that's dark humor, or show someone a meme that's dark humor in the original sense of the phrase, nowadays half the time you're going to get someone saying, "That's not dark humor, that's just racist, that's just sexist, that's just gay, phobic." I don't even know, dude. Something like that, right? And it's like, yeah, I mean, the whole point is that you're making light of something that's typically not a joke, or something that is extremely serious and bad or evil or messed up, and you're trying to make light of it. You're trying to make it into a joke. That's the whole origin of the phrase dark humor. And half the time when you use dark humor these days, people are mad and they're like, "Oh, that's not dark humor, that's just sexism, racism." It's like, I mean, okay, you can have your taste in jokes, but if someone's saying something and it's obvious that it's intended to be a joke and it's not serious, then why would you take it seriously? Like, you're just an idiot at that point. Why are you choosing to hurt your own feelings? Like, it's just stupid. It's almost as if nowadays the only dark humor, quote unquote, that's acceptable is like the death of somebody that everyone hates getting made fun of. Like, it's not even creative at that point. It's like, "Oh, the Queen of England died and a lot of people hate her, I'm gonna make a joke about her death." Like, it's politically correct to do that in a lot of circles. So it's not even like edgy or anything. And that's the whole point of dark humor. It's that it's edgy. You're trying to use cutting edge humor, something that people would typically not joke about. For the vast majority of Zoomers, like people my age, anything beyond "that person died and they're a bad person, so I will joke about it," is just too far to them, and it's not considered dark humor. So at that point, like, why do you even have this big category called dark humor if only one type of joke is acceptable and all the others, regardless of context, are just not okay? It's pointless, honestly, man. I laugh at really messed up jokes, but that's because I know they're jokes. I'm a rational person. I don't just be like, "Oh my god, how dare you say that?" Unless it's like the timing is really off or something like that. Like something really bad. Like, let's say 9/11 happened yesterday. I would not be happy if people were joking about that because it's such a new topic. Like, people are actively mourning that, you know what I mean? But it's like sometimes the delivery for dark humor can be messed up. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, I don't really think any type of joke is off limits as long as it's executed well and not in a tasteless manner. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, a joke is just a statement made with humorous intent. Sure, it can have an underlying message behind it. That's what a lot of political rhetoric is, actually. But a lot of the time, and I would say the majority of the time, you're just seeing a normal person who works a 9-to-5 job making a joke that you think is out of line. And this is directed at the overly sensitive people. Not everyone watching this video, obviously. But basically, you're seeing someone who said something you personally believe is slightly out of line or majorly so. And you think it's your, like, divine right that everything that comes out of everyone's mouth on this entire planet at all times be something you agree with and something you find funny. Like, come on. Just get a hold of yourself at that point. Like, if you don't find the joke funny, then that's fine. You don't have to. But if someone says something edgy or something like super dark and it's obvious that they were trying to make you laugh, then you should just brush it off or tell them, "Hey, I'm not comfortable with that. Please don't joke about that around me." And that's a way better way of doing things than chastising that person and telling them that they're a piece of shit for joking about whatever they're joking about. I don't think that gets us anywhere. That just makes them want to joke about it more because you seem like a sensitive crybaby. I swear, I mean, these fucking joke Nazis have to be worse than the people that they're criticizing in the first place. I mean, they have to be like narcissists or something to think the entire world needs to bend to their standard of comedy. I mean, there are tons of people who I just don't find funny at all. Even things that I think may be a little bit too edgy for me, even though I don't think a type of joke is out of bounds. Some specific jokes can be out of bounds. To me personally, that doesn't mean I'm gonna say that person's evil for making the joke, because at the end of the day, it's a joke. They're making it with humorous intent. It's not a serious statement. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. They think everything needs to conform to their own personal narrative about the world, and nothing can deviate from that. And if it does, then it's evil and it's bad, and it needs to stop. And I find that ridiculous. It's just another common case of people conflating fiction with reality, and it's getting old at this point. There are only a couple instances where that actually makes sense, and jokes are not one of them. And by the way, I'm not advocating for people to just be needlessly edgy every fucking millisecond of their life, because I find that annoying personally as well, especially when it doesn't land right. They don't really structure their jokes in any way. They just say a bad word or a slur and they expect people to laugh. I mean, you can do that like once and maybe someone will laugh at the shock value, but if you're doing that like every 5 minutes, it just gets old at some point. So I'm not advocating for that level of edgelordery. I don't even know what to call it at this point. But I'm just saying, man, people need to stop taking jokes so seriously because they're jokes. It's like the most simple thing in the world, you would think, but apparently not anymore. Nowadays, if you joke about something, you have to sincerely believe what the joke entails, which defeats the whole purpose of jokes like half the time. But let's just ignore that. Like, have these people ever heard of sarcasm? I don't understand, man. So, do you want me to offer a solution to this problem? Well, here you go. If you want to make a dark humor joke, make sure you know who you're making the joke around, for one. Don't make it around the joke Nazis, obviously, but like, let's say you're making a racial joke. Obviously, if you're not like literally autistic and don't understand social skills at all, do not make that joke around the group that you're joking about, unless you're like perfect friends with them and they understand it's a joke, because things can get mixed up in that territory. I understand that, at least in that case, because, you know, there can be racial tension or whatnot, but in a lot of cases, you just have to know the crowd you're joking in front of. That's like the number one thing. Know who you're joking to, and do not make jokes that are too soon about things that just happened, tragedies, whatnot. If you're gonna make a joke about a tragedy, just wait it out, okay? Don't be like, haha, look, this guy died, it was so funny. Like, it's just, you're not gonna be seen as funny. You're just gonna be seen as a psychopath, to be honest. And rightfully so at that point. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? But anyways, that's pretty much the whole rant for today. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. Just know who you're joking to. Make sure it's something that they would find funny. Just know the sensitivity level of the crowd. Be socially aware. That's like the number one thing people mess up with nowadays. They don't know what jokes to make and then they come off as weird. But yeah, thanks for watching. If this video does well, I'll probably make more rant videos similar to this. Honestly, dude, I don't like scripting videos. I might try making a scripted game retrospective type thing pretty soon here because I'm a little bit passionate about it. But yeah, we'll see if that ever releases. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. And by the time this is posted, I won't have a strike preventing me from uploading on my channel. So yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be there, but it won't be preventing me anymore. But yeah, that sucks. See you guys next time. Peace. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you so much.